Warning: the video you are about to view contains delicate information that has been passed down for generations. Some viewers may consider this information to be disturbing or even terrifying. Viewer discretion is advised. Since the dawning of man, we have been intrigued by spiritualism. We know about priests and how they worship the Holy Father and the Holy Son, celebrating the Last Supper and honoring He who had died for our sins. But when we look at the time before, there was already talk of spirits, devils, ghosts, and ancestors watching over us. Native American shamans would use incense, for example, to exorcise dark energies from their people by a process called smudging. They knew that there is more to our world than the physical eye can see.
I'm not crazy. I've been here and shit.
The map board your artwork mounted to.
I want to start by saying I am sorry. Sumimasen, sans excuse, es tut mir leid. Get it? Light? Anyway, I would like to thank all you beautiful people for showing your support to my channel. For some mysterious reason, my computer decided to let go of life, and so I was delayed in uploading previous episodes. So now you know. If you have any ideas for an episode, have something to add, or if you disagree on the matter, please leave a comment and I will get to you as soon as possible. Now cue the lion! Meow! Meow! Let me tell you a little story about an alchemist, a hunter, and a druid, and how they all carry a story of their own experience of truth. These three characters are found staring at an elephant. None of them had ever seen such a being before. Its owner, a foreign traveler, is showing it off and smiling proudly, proposing everyone to touch it. The alchemist touches the elephant's legs and says, "I believe this is meant to carry a lot of weight." The hunter touches the tusk and says, "I believe this to be a weapon." The elephant curiously sniffs out the druid with its trunk, and with a smile, the druid says, "I believe that this is meant to be a companion." They all have their truth to the story, out of their own experience. Their truth is a mere peel of the onion, but it's true. The whole point of the classification system is to discover the truth. No, not of the elephant. We don't set aside the thought of demons, ghosts, or angels, but instead we try to discover and see these beings for what they really are. When we file a report, because we got robbed and describe the robber, we don't just say it was a man. Instead, we describe height, age, gender, weight, posture, etc. When we say angel, it's good. When we say demon, it's bad. And ghosts, well, nobody really knows. It has worked for many years, but we know that there is a very broad transition between good and bad. Calling it ghost just won't be enough anymore. Good, neutral and bad are again mere layers of an onion that we call truth. A classification system lets us peel a few extra layers to study. Maybe someone will find and add a new layer to the system. Eventually, I want what pretty much every paranormal investigator wants: to understand the entire onion. We want to show what we found to others, hoping they have found a layer that adds to ours. It can be disappointing when you discover that some proclaim to have found the onion, while they merely speak out their thoughts about a layer. My videos also merely describe a layer of the truth based on my experience. I do not claim to have found any onions, but I try to inform you about the layers that I found as much as I can. If someone who experienced an NDE has trouble explaining what happened after a first-hand experience, how in the name of heaven and earth would I be able to understand and explain the entire onion? The answer is simple: because I can't. I don't think anyone on this earth can. So it's very important that we keep our feet on the ground and keep a check on reality. And that will get harder every time you tear the veil. We must never forget that we are here now and given a vessel, an opportunity to learn and enjoy this mad ride we call life. In our quest of understanding life and death, it's easy to forget the physical world. Under no circumstance must we forget who we are. Just like any other life, be it plant, animal, or we are beings of the earth, and from the beginning, mankind realized the importance of the elements: the water we drink, the air we breathe, the fire that warms the cold nights, and the soil on which we grow crops. These are the elements that bring and uphold life. We as a species learned that to control the elements, it's not a matter of commanding them, but it's a matter of working with their strengths. We started putting fires and torches to light our path, dig canals around our castles, and use windmills to grind the grains that the very earth itself sprout from her soil. Mankind got obsessed by the earth and its elements, sprouting alchemists that lay the foundation of science. But even science started as a spiritual path. Alchemy is about transmutation, and that may seem like a very physical thing, but it's a near obsession for creation. When an alchemist would use a spirit of nature and combine it with a spirit of fire, he would study the reaction. Sometimes it would be a different color or a different smell, like magic. Think about it. Once in history, this was a major breakthrough. Where exactly was that point in history that it all started? Masonry, metallurgy, herbalism, astronomy, philosophy, medicine. There are hints all throughout history showing that people like Pythagoras, Empedocles and Plato are famous for their research and philosophy on the elements. Some of these arts are found dating back to 1200 BC. Empedocles even added two divine components to his theory, love and strife. Love being the component that binds, and strife being the component that separates. He identified the elements with the energy of the gods. He wouldn't use the elements as a description, but Zeus, Hera, Nestis, and Aidoneus. Basically, they are the gods of life and the living, and of death and the dead. He based his knowledge on the elements by associating it with a certain energy. Alchemy is known by its dream about the philosopher's stone and transmuting lead into gold. But as we study history, these stories were never about actual gold or stone, but rather a philosophy. The story goes that those who seek the philosopher's stone seek it to create the elixir of life. The philosopher's stone is a tool to create the elixir of life, right? So what that means is that when we seek eternal youth, we need a philosopher's stone. But the thought behind this is that the philosopher's stone can be anything, varying from guidance to thought to fuel, anything that can help you find this key of life. To create the elixir of life that gives us knowledge and eternal youth. Now I want to show you something I found when I was taking my walk through life. Pay close attention though, because I can only show it to you for a second. Well, it's not complete yet, but it's a piece of my philosopher's stone. We are allowed to enjoy the fresh air, but also to experience the salty taste of the sea, flowers, animals, and so on. We enjoy both sun and moon, day and night. All on this beautiful little marble of blues and grays and yellows, and its mesmerizing white clouds. My life may not have been easy, but I consider myself lucky to be able to enjoy it. We ourselves can plant seeds of any kind that carry into the future. Planting seeds of hate or seeds of love may start as a single act, but those seeds become a sapling with a sturdy root. The sapling becomes a tree, and the tree will bear fruit that people in their turn will eat. And in their turn they will plant the seed that they harvest. So what fruit will you pick? And what seeds will you plant? An important choice in both the world of the living and in the world of the dead. Not everything is positive and nice, so we have to stand strong in our goals. This is why I stress the importance of this warm and loving light. Even with protection and knowledge, we can only prepare ourselves so much. I ask you to trust in those that came before us, our ancestors, our guides, our protectors and loved ones that I truly believe have been absorbed by this omnipresence. I truly believe that they are smiling as I plant my onion seeds and enjoy the ride. I told you, only 1 second. Thank you for watching, and join me next time as we take our meditation a step further and learn more about the science behind the human manifestation. Until then, keep those hearts warm. But let me warn you once more, so that you don't get the wrong idea. I cannot guarantee a safe voyage. I think it says enough by asking yourself this very question. What is the opposite of an unconditional, loving life?